I was really lucky because I was here for the 80s and the 90s, which was the super golden age of women in country music, and the early 2000s. It's a sexist town. Mm-hmm. Misogyny is rampant. And, but the gift of that is if people don't take you seriously, you can go do whatever the hell you want. And I think there are way more iconic women than men. And I would take it to three things. They could go do their own thing because no one was looking at them to make bank. And by the time they did, it was too late. The bitches had figured their stuff out. Fashion, I think women's fashion is always more interesting. And I think whether we're talking about, some of that really fondant-y stuff of the 70s, we had a lot of pleated chiffon, and ringlets. Don't forget your ringlets. But, coming out of the cowgirl outfits, which were so darling, and you've done Holly George Warren, and I mean, she's really exemplary unpacking all of that. But then you also had the Sammy Smiths, and the Tanya Tucker, who was dressing like Elvis, and, the crotch-grabbing pants. I think of Sammy Smith, it was kind of like, oh, and my dad would be like, oh God, do you get it? I'm like, get what? Get what? No, I don't know what you're talking about. And then you had like Emmylou. Part of my gateway to country through her was wearing piano shawls as a top, wearing the boots to the knee. I mean, she could have been Jane Birkin's Maryland, Washington, D.C. bluegrass sister. So you had all these different looks, and that's sort of, Loretta in the dyed wedding dresses, right? So that also put the girls out front. And then the third thing is, and I'm not saying it was quite as bad as it is now, but men have a few basic tropes: chasing skirts, getting drunk, getting their heart broken and being mad about it, getting their heart broken and going back and getting drunk, and pledging pseudo all the time, amour. I will love you forever. That's pretty much the dude's lexicon of country music, right? I mean, they have story songs and there's other stuff, but those are really, women write about the entire emotional rainbow. Right. Yeah. And if you think even about just Dolly, like Dumb Blonde, which she didn't write, but I mean, if there's ever been a wink and a hip check,